The Confederation of Young Entrepreneurs Ghana invites you to its maiden conference under the theme, Achieving Economic Stability Through Young Enterprises Support.
To keep learning, you never stop learning. But there's also this bit for young entrepreneurs, the fear of failure. When you were coming from UK to Nigeria, I'm sure you didn't know you would what it meant. How do we face this fear that I may fail? So I would never say that. I would wait for the right time.
Okay, I think it's a good time to say it. When I was saying that one of the things that they don't teach you in MPA is that when you start business, you're gonna fail. When I came, when you fail in Ghana, you live in Ghana, it's easy. But when you pack a load, and everybody knows you're packing your load from UK. First of all, they will avoid you. Don't go, they will hit you, they will do this, they will kidnap you, they will forward, we don't have 419 in Ghana. They'll 419 you and say, are you out of your belief in what you want to do, you put that aside and you arrive. And then you start your business and things don't go according to plan. Now, in my language they said, you can't go to the front. You can't return back very quickly, because if you return back, you have to return back in shame. After spending my first 3 years in Nigeria, I have to go back to UK with regrets. And the regret is not that I was happy for what I did, but when I go to parties like this and people see me, they will not run me and be questioning me what happened in Nigeria. And it went on for a year or two. You won't believe it. After 2 years, and because before I left, I made sure I knew what I did wrong. What I did wrong basically was I overexpand too quickly. So what I did straight away was, when I was in UK, I started saving. I started working again with this guy. Somebody who has become CEO in Nigeria. Went back again for 2-3 years. I was working again, putting myself together. But sorry, I didn't get your name, sir. Someone was saying, you will not believe it that when I was coming back again, I was not using my money. I was training people. So they just came to me and said, what have you found in Nigeria? I said, stop. I put a stop to it because I need to go and make more money. And you know what they did? They raised equivalent of $50,000 for me to go back to Nigeria, to go and take a share. So when I was telling my wife that I need to go back to Nigeria, but please, no, it's not longer 100% additional and co-limited anymore. Because people that put their money there, I have to sell my share. And the debate for we Africans as well, we lack that ownership thing. In UK, you don't build your house. Your house until 25 years doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the bank. It's after you finish your mortgage for 25 years that belongs to you. But in Ghana, you build your house, it's 100% yours. The fence, the road, and the sky. Even in UK, when you buy the house, the grant still belongs to the coin of it. Still belongs to the green of it. So I told my wife that it's better for us to have 55% of 50,000 than have 100% of 10,000. And I came back. At that time, I thought what Mr. Samuel was saying, that if you put your money there, people will not put money in your business or you put your money there. When you put your money there, people are watching you. People know that it's very hard to start a company, to set up a company. Everybody knows. And once you've started and you are building it up, money will, once you put your money there and they see your commitment and they see your honesty, money will come. So don't let money be, start with whatever you have. If you have to reduce this or work part-time to keep the business going, do it until you're able to sustain it.
I picked two things, and I think it's something that resonates with all of us entrepreneurs. Expanding too quickly.
Yeah.
You mentioned it, that when we start something, we want to expand within some 3, 4, 5 years, we want to expand it. So the lesson is maybe we have to take some time. And then again, partnership is something we don't do a lot in Ghana. So like he said, we'd love to be 100% owners of, say, 10 Ghana cedis than being 20 or 30% owners of 1 million cedis. It's probably a lesson we need to look at. I'll come back to you, but let me go to Mr. Issa again. So, there's this bit I want you to touch on. How can the entrepreneur do it right to ensure sustainability?
Thank you. It's a simple question, but it's loaded. And I'm saying it is loaded because there are so many ways and so many things I've seen entrepreneurs do it wrongly. My background is in finance. I trained as an accountant, but I've managed various companies, both within Ghana, in East Africa as well. I've done both finance and admin, so I'm just giving you that broad frame so you know what we are talking about. And I will touch on a few key things, and I would take time to document quite a number of them, and I'll share with the Confederation for them to share with their members. Now, one of the things is there is a certain word called overheads. You understand? Overheads. So people don't look at overheads, and I'll tell you what are overheads. So most of the time you are running a business, let's say you like to buy goods and sell, or you like to manufacture, say, bottled water. You look at your cost of raw materials, you look at this, you look at that, you say, okay, so if I can manufacture it at a total cost of, say, 100, and I sell for 120, I am okay. Then they go in. But then what they don't realize, the areas they don't focus on, which is the overheads, is how about things like your rent? How about your administrative costs? Your admin staff, your other indirect costs. Now, most of the time, people don't look at that area. So you look at the core area and you think you are fine and you go. So people start business, and within a short time, somebody who is manufacturing, say, bottled water, the CEO is using, let's say, a Mercedes-Benz. I listened to the radio recently, and there was a guy who actually called me and says, look, I used to work somewhere, then I quit my job, then now 2 years down the line, I'm using, and he mentioned some flashy car. And I was like, hey, are you sure this is the type of car you should use at this time? You understand it? But you see somebody manufacturing bottled water, the CEO, because bottled water is able to distribute that. You may use either a pickup or a minivan. You see the CEO using a minivan. So he will drive that car from home in the morning to work. When he comes to work, that car is going to do distribution. Then you see another company where they're manufacturing bottled water. They begin well. Then, so this is where the overheads come in. Now you begin well. Then after, say, 1 year, the CEO is using a Mercedes-Benz. Now look at the running cost of a Mercedes-Benz, the maintenance, the fuel, that. You have not considered those ones. Now you bring the car from home to work. How can you use Mercedes-Benz? So you need to park that and then buy a distribution van. That van will run during the daytime. In the evening, they will park that van till that. So within that short time, you're using 2 cars. Your overhead cost is higher. Now, people need to run their businesses, try and reduce your overhead cost as much as you can. You start a business, maybe it's a consultancy you are running. You rent an office around cantonments, Tessamo, wherever you. The question is, for the business you're doing, do you necessarily have to be in that area? Can I live around, say, Agoba, and still run the business where I pay less rent, less that? And so, so look at all of those ones and then decide where you'd like to be. When I finished school, there was one fine a gentleman who went into business very early. He went into sports. And, within about a year or so, he was using BMW X5. And we were all like, at that time, all like, the guy is like, because I was not experienced, I was not mature, much, on and everything. But after about a year and a half,